Good morning, boys and girls of the internet. Today is Friday, May 4th, 2018, and May the 4th be with you. Yep, I'm that kind of a dork. Anyways, this is going to be my third attempt to try and record this. For some reason my phone was messing up on me, and yeah, I'm kind of getting frustrated with it. At any rate, I had a pretty fun day today. Went out with my buddy that's in from out of town. Went out to go eat, and we wanted to go get some ice cream. We had a pretty good day, reminiscing, catching up. We're going to hang out again tomorrow, or as in today, and should be pretty fun. Anyways, as you may know, you're not seeing my face once again because I'm not feeling it. So enjoy some more God of War gameplay. I did want to talk about today, though, a little bit more about Avengers. I know I talked a lot about it before, but now let's delve into some spoiler territory. I just want to run over this real quick, but yeah. So if anybody's seen Avengers, you know what happened, and whoever hasn't seen it as of now, this is your final spoiler warning. So back out now. You're gone. Bye. Anyways, if you don't care about spoilers and you're still with me, good. So yeah, there's a lot of people in this movie, a lot of characters that, of course, due to their inactions or whatever they do or didn't do in this movie, of course, resulted in Thanos winning. That's pretty much what it boils down to. There's a couple of instances where I think that some characters didn't perform to their fullest powers, their expectations. One of which is Star-Lord. What happened to Star-Lord's half powers that he got from his dad? Now, I'm gonna have to go back and watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 once again. Did he lose his powers at the end of that movie? I don't remember. If you did, that explains it. If you didn't, Peter Quill, he should be a lot more formidable against Thanos. So that was kind of confusing. Now, again, if I go back and see that, yes, he did indeed, lost his powers when he killed his dad, that would make sense. Now, the other person that I'm kind of confused about is Doctor Strange. The only time he ever uses the time stone, well, he tries to use it at the beginning of the movie, and he gets stopped. The other time he uses it, he just uses it to kind of see all the outcomes. Now, granted, him seeing all the outcomes, maybe he saw within all those 14 million outcomes that he actually used the time stone against Thanos and didn't work. Because, in the movie, you're watching it and you're like, why doesn't he use the time stone? Make Thanos stop. Or rewind him or something. Or do something, with the stone, and that should easily, overcome whatever Thanos is doing to the other characters. Like that one time where they're all trying to hold him down and to get the gauntlet off. Why can't? I mean, I know Doctor Strange was one of the ones that were holding onto him, with one of those magical chains or whatever. But why didn't he just go and just stop him in time? I don't know. Number two, they're all trying to yank the gauntlet off his hand. While they're yanking at it, why didn't we saw Iron Man, his outfit his new Iron Man suit is built with nanotechnology now and can kind of reshape itself. And you see him, he makes a blade. He makes a blade several times. You know, when they're trying to pull off the gauntlet and hold him down, why didn't he just like cut off his arm at the elbow? That would have been perfect. I don't know. That would have been super quick. Or cut off his head. Or kill him in any other way instead of just like holding on to him. Because right then and there, you know, Mantis had him kind of in a haze. You know, Star-Lord was kind of grilling him, but it's like, all right, stop grilling him, kill him. Of course, all these things would have resulted in a completely different movie at the end. You know, and so that's the movie we got, which I actually wouldn't change a thing of how the movie actually was, because I loved every minute of it. But just like with any movie, once you start like over-analyzing things, you go, well, if they really wanted to win, this is an easy way to win, or a way to win. Once again, seeing 14 million different, you know, time possibilities, maybe all those things I mentioned, a couple of things I mentioned out of the 14 million were one of those 14 million, and they didn't work. That's a total possibility. Of course, that's a way of writers to kind of write themselves out of a hole and script something the way they want to be scripted, I should say. All perfectly fine. You know, that's movies. That's how you write a narrative. You know, if you try to think of every contingency that a character can think of to overcome an obstacle, you know, then you'll make people too perfect, and that's boring. That's not real. So the fact that these characters didn't do certain things that, in my mind, would have made them win against Thanos, it means they're, you know, fallible. They're not perfect characters. They're you know, they have flaws in their reasoning, and they don't do anything quite so perfect. So then that's perfectly fine. Overall, again, I wouldn't change a thing in this movie. You know, it's still such a really great movie, and I want to go see it again with some more friends. You know, it's definitely going to be a one to buy once it comes out. I'm very curious to see if there's any like deleted scenes. Maybe some that's gonna allude to maybe some of the things I just mentioned. Like maybe that was part of their, you know, script plans, but they didn't work out in the editing room. Another thing I'm kind of curious about. Well, not really curious, but I was thinking, like, Marvel's really good at lying to you in their trailers. And what I mean by that is, you know, go back and watch, if you've seen the movie, go back and watch the trailers. Because you see things in the trailers and go like, wait a minute, the movie didn't look like that. Now, of course, in the trailers, they kind of polish some things up, and they don't want to, like, spoil certain things. But one key example is a scene where Thanos is, like, pressing his hand against Captain America, and Captain America's holding the hand back. In the trailer, you can obviously see the glove only has, the gauntlet has only 2 stones. In the time of the movie, he had 5. That's just one key thing. Other little minor things like at the very beginning of the movie when Thanos gives his speech about, like, you know,
we find a crystal.
you know, in time you will learn what it's like to to be afraid, you know, fear it, run from it, destiny still awaits, something like that. The speech was slightly different in the movie than it was in the trailer, which I don't mind. Doesn't bother me. One thing I was curious about, and it's probably on the cutting room floor, is another line that's in the trailers that's nowhere in the movie, where he says something of the lines of, what did he say? I think he says something like, fun isn't something you consider when balancing the universe. But this puts a smile on my face. That was a cold ass line, but was not in the movie at all. It was in the trailers, not the movie. That's very curious to me. Of course, a couple other minor things. I'm sure there's many other things in the trailers that weren't in the movie or were changed. Like, for example, when in the trailers you see the Hulkbuster like stand up. Of course, you don't know who's in the Hulkbuster in the trailers. You assume who's in there. It turns out it's Bruce Banner. He can't turn into Hulk, so he's using the Hulkbuster. In the movie, though, when he gets up from there, he's getting up from a trip. He like tripped on a rock, and he has all kinds of like grass and dirt in the outfit, and he's like brushing himself off. In the Hulkbuster, in the trailers, he just like kind of gets up, looking all badass, and there's no grass and dirt in the Hulkbuster. That's kind of funny. There's another big scene I think in most of the trailers where they show like the whole cast running through a forest. And it looks like a big old like they're all coming towards you, what you assume to be Thanos. But that scene wasn't in the movie, especially since in that scene you see the Hulk. The Hulk wasn't in any of that. Like the last time you saw like the Hulk being the Hulk was at the very beginning of the movie. So that's a Marvel. You get some pretty good liars there. Again, I don't know if they do that on purpose, or if they're parts cut out of the movie, or change scenes and reshoots. I don't know, but when they put them in the trailers and they're not in the movie, it's very curious. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that? It's very curious to find out what you guys think. Anyway, good thing my phone cooperated with me for this time. I'm gonna hit the sack and get ready for another good fun day with my friends today. And I'll talk to y'all later. Everybody have a good day, and I love you.